And welcome to this electrified installment of my favorite Pokemon types. If you hadn't guessed, it is for the electric type. So, without any further ado, let me just, as a disclaimer, say this is all based on my opinion, doesn't have anything to do with stats. These aren't top tier, it just happens to be based solely on my opinions and thoughts towards these particular Pokemon and how, I feel about them and why I like them. They're just my personal favorites. It has, again, nothing to do with the competitive scene. That having been said, so the first Pokemon on the list is Dedenne, a Gen 6 Pokemon. When the fairy type was introduced, this little electric fairy type is just, well, it's cute. I mean, look at it. How can you really not like a Dedenne? Even if you just had it as a Poke Pet, it's still pretty cute. It has the move Nuzzle in its move pool, which just adds to its cuteness, even though it'll paralyze you. But then there's that weird parabolic charge in which it electrifies you but steals your electric energy to rejuvenate itself. Yeah, it's kind of dark cute in that way. But yeah, I just really like Dedenne. And if you've ever seen a shiny Dedenne, it just makes you feel like a warm cup of cocoa on a brisk winter day. Like, there's no rhyme or reason why I like this Pokemon. I've never really used it in battle, but lo and behold, here we are. I like Dedenne. The next Pokemon on the list is a longtime favorite of mine, and that is Jolteon. Jolteon was pretty much my electric type when I played through Pokemon Blue the first time. I really needed one, and with Thunderbolt, it could just destroy. It was so fast, and then it had Pin Missile, that bug move, which made me feel like it had a chance against Mewtwo. Provided it actually hits enough times, it can do some decent damage. I do feel Jolteon has gotten forgotten over the years. It also seems very strange to me that this very, very fast electric Pokemon has no access or way of learning the move Electro Ball. Like, it would be the perfect Pokemon to use it, but no. Jolteon as an evolution, it's just really cool. I mean, it's spiky, but it's also very, like, basic too. It's just yellow and white, but it doesn't need to be anything more than what it is. And it's just like even though it's a fox, it's a nice dog looking Pokemon. And I don't know, it was always like this my go-to electric Pokemon for so long, and even when I think about having an electric Pokemon on my team, it's usually the first one that I'll think about. Next is Magnezone. Now in Gen 2, Magnemite and Magneton got to become Steel types when it was introduced, but they didn't quite do it for me. But Magnezone is different. Magnezone is this big UFO Pokemon. In Gen 4, I believe the entire evolutionary line has access to it, but still, Magnet Bomb, the never miss Steel type move, that's super cool. And I can kind of imagine myself riding on top of it using the antenna to like hold on, like have my hand on it and then just like kind of steer by like how I would move it. It like kind of think like a futuristic riding disc, kind of like that. And I think it'd be really cool if they had an episode of the anime where like there was a Magnezone race where people actually raced their Magnezones. They would have to race through like an electromagnetic area that was like only a Magnezone could really get through. I think that'd be really cool. And then in the Giratina movie, even the villain rode around on a Magnezone. Like, it was so cool. Yeah, Magnezone is kind of bizarre looking. It looks alien, but even so, this UFO looking Pokemon really just does it for me. And I did use Magneton quite a bit in Pokemon Stadium 2, I think? Yeah, whichever one let you use Gold and Silver, Pokemon Stadium 2. And even in Pokemon Battle Revolution, I did kind of go towards Magnezone just a little bit, because it does have Sturdy, I believe, but also that Magnet Pool against other Steel types is kind of useful in a double battle. But yeah, I really had fun with the Pokemon, and I did enjoy using it. And yeah, like I said, it's just got that like unique design. Like, there's no other real like UFO looking Pokemon. And I kind of do also like the Transformer Cosmos, who's also a UFO, so maybe there's some correlation in that in my mind, who knows. Finally, because this will be a short list, because there's not many electric Pokemon I do like, but finally, Manectric. Manectric was a Pokemon that I used in Gen 3. I very much enjoyed my experience in Hoenn, both in the past and very recently in the remake. Thank you, Dark Lord Giratina. Manectric is this Pokemon that Electrike was green. I was like, oh my god, a green Pokemon. And it lives in the area where Plusle and Minun are. But then, when it evolves, it's kind of like that green separates into its two base colors, blue and yellow. But I kind of like that it had like that stiff form, and it's like this attack dog. You can even teach it Overheat, which is pretty cool, if not for the fact that it lowers its special attack. But even so, a lot of, Pokemon that it would have issues with are kind of weaker to fire, like Steel types, which are usually part ground, Steelix for example. And, just having that move, and then Ice Fang as well, although that was a Gen 4 move, and I wasn't really paying attention to the difference between the special and the attack and all that. I was just still teaching my Pokemon moves that I thought would be useful. It does have access to like biting moves, but this Pokemon is more prone to be special attacker. However, I never really paid too much attention to that. Now, my original Manectric had Lightning Rod, and I felt like it was the most useless ability. But now with Lightning Rod, it'll gain special attack when it draws lightning moves and electric moves into it. So that's really cool. Like, this thing wants to be a special attacker, and then it gets that. Plus, there's Mega Manectric. Mega Manectric is awesome. I'm a Monster Hunter fan as well, so it's kind of like I'm controlling a Xenogre. That's how I feel about it. Plus, its whole body becomes like a Thunderbolt, like it's personifying thunder in some way, shape, or form. I mean, you cannot doubt the coolness of this Pokemon. You just cannot. Well, thanks for watching this video. Head on over to Patreon to see the Patreon exclusive, and you can also support this channel. Make sure to give this video a like. Tell me about your favorite electric Pokemon in the comment section below. Make sure to check me out on social media and to subscribe to my channel. And make sure you check out that Patreon video. Until next time, thank you for watching.